Hello lovelies, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be doing a get ready with me. A lot of you requested just a basic, everyday, going to work, get ready with me video. So let's get started. I've been using this eye cream as a night cream and under my makeup. It's from L'Oreal and it's called Eye Defense. So I'm just blotting that along the top of my lids and my under eye. It's very smooth. I like sleeping in it because it doesn't feel too greasy, but it also feels nice under makeup too. I am also watching House on my computer as I get ready. I usually watch TV, a show, or YouTube as I get ready in the morning to kind of wake up. So I've been binging House lately. Next up, I'm going to use moisturizer, which this is Olay Complete Moisturizer. It has sunscreen built in, all that fun stuff, and my skin is extremely dry, so it's very important that I fully moisturize my face before I put any sort of foundation on. So after I've kind of massaged that in, I use this rose water spray. Sometimes I use it before my foundation and other times I use it after. It's just a nice spray to add in moisture, kind of set in that moisture along my face. I kind of rub it in, dab it in. And then for liquid foundation, I just have this CoverGirl Clean Matte Liquid Foundation. I don't usually get very fancy with some of the foundations or even in general makeups I use. A lot of the stuff I use is like drugstore brands and so on. Going to use a beauty sponge to blend in the foundation layer along my face. I filmed this while actually truly getting ready for work, so usually I give myself enough time to do like just a basic little look of makeup and so on. But sometimes you do have to kind of hurry up and it's not a slow, relaxing experience like some ASMR intended videos. So next I'm going to be using some concealer. This one is like a liquid concealer that I mostly put on my under eye. Sometimes I do more coverage on my under eye, sometimes I just do a little bit, kind of depends on how tired I am, of course. For today's, I am doing some concealer under my eye, and I'm going to add a little bit more powder for a bit of baking as well. And then this is a stick concealer, also from CoverGirl I believe, and I'm just kind of covering up some of my blemishes, so I can blend it in and my face can look nice and even before I put my powder across. So just gonna blend that in with my beauty sponge once more and into the under eye. Blendy, 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 blendy. For powder, I have been using this Airspun loose face powder for a while. I saw it on a YouTuber's suggested page and I tried it out. So as I said, I'm doing a little bit of baking under my eyes today. Some of the lines under my eyes, and I'm very tired this morning filming this. So I'm just gonna put a little bit of excess powder to try and cover some of my under eye, and also just trying to wake my eyes up a little bit more. And then we'll brush off the excess. But I also use this Airspun powder on the rest of my face too, just as kind of like a setting powder. This one specifically, I don't think I use, I use the translucent powder. You can get it in shades as well, if you prefer it to be more coverage, if you want like your specific shade or whatnot, but I just use the translucent powder. Sit here and look a little bit crazy as there's so much powder under my eye. But it works out for looking a little bit more awake when you first get to work, before the coffee's fully set in, you know. And then some of that excess powder can just be dabbed onto the rest of my face. And that's just some of that powder that I'm just going to blend in and around my face, making sure that my foundation is how I want it to look, and so on. And I let that powder under my eye sit for a little bit. I don't do that every day, like I said, it's just depends on if I think my eyes need a little bit more help, a little bit more assistance. And then for my eyebrows, I just fill them in a bit with ColourPop's brow pencil, and I have the color Banging Brunette. So my natural hair color is dark brown, so I always just fill them in with the brown. I have had some people ask why I don't fill them in red, and I think that it might not look the best on me if I did that, so I just stick to the more natural color that I have, and I kind of just fill them in, shape them a little bit from what they naturally are. I haven't tried many brow products, but this ColourPop brow pencil has always worked best for me, and it's very inexpensive, so that's always helpful. Fishy face. So now I'm just going to blot and wipe away some of the excess powder under my eye and kind of work it around my whole eye, just to give a little bit more coverage, fully wake up my poor sad face, and just kind of blend the powder out and around, just to have more of a even skin texture look, if you will. So then I'm using this e.l.f. contour and highlight powder, little palette here. Although I don't usually use the highlight with it, but it's a pretty little basic contour palette. And I usually just contour my cheeks a bit. If I want to go more extreme, I'll do my jawline and my nose, but on the everyday, it's usually just a little bit of contour on my cheeks, blend it out. I don't go all hardcore on the contour. So then I'm going to use this Over the Rainbow Glow. It is a highlighter palette. I actually got this for Christmas, and this is the first time I've used it. So it has kind of like the rainbow highlighter look that was so popular a while ago. So it has blue, green, yellow, orange, and a pink of a highlighter. And this one is definitely more of a subtle highlighter look, I found out. I want to try and work with it more with a couple different looks, but it wasn't quite as shiny as I'm used to. So I ended up doing a mixture of this Over the Rainbow Glow and a couple other highlighters that I have, just to kind of get the highlight along my cheeks and my nose. Just a combination of a couple different highlighters. So next up I'm going to be doing my eyes, which I'm going to use the Naked Urban Decay Smoky palette that my friend got me for Christmas. I'm not used to more of the fancy palettes, if you want to call it that, so I've had fun playing with these. So I'm just doing a smoky, like, brown look, hence kind of the title of this specific palette. It's kind of a go-to for me for a work look. Everyday makeup look for work kind of changes on season, but recently for the winter months I've just kind of been doing a basic smoky blended out brown look. Just more neutral colors, kind of goes with whatever I'm gonna wear, that type of thing. Now I know a lot of people do their eye makeup before they put their foundation on. I never have, even into when I first started playing with makeup and everything, I just never have. I don't know why. I never really have an issue with fallout on my face, and I just like to have my foundation in place before I do my eyeshadow. I don't know if that's weird, but that's just how I've always done it. I will say I really like, with this specific palette, I really like the brush it came with for blending out the darker browns and into the medium shades, and then the whites and so on. I really like the blending brush and the different tones of browns within this palette. It's been working very nicely for me, just for an everyday look. Blend it, blend it, blend it. I'm kind of adding some of the whites along the edge and kind of my brow bone to give that a little bit of highlight, but also just further blend in the more smoky look with the neutral browns. And then I'm adding this kind of like a shimmery brown over the top of my lid, which I think is very pretty, so it adds a little bit of sparkle and fun, but then it blends in so well with the darker browns and the more smoky look. I also usually always wear my glasses at work. So some people like to do their makeup differently if they're wearing glasses. I usually don't. I do it the same way if I'm going to be wearing my glasses or if I'm not. But you'll kind of see it might look a little different, of course, with my glasses on. Depends on your face shape, all that fun stuff. Blend it, blend it, blend it, blend it, blend it, blend it. Another shade, just blending out some of the different browns into the lighter tones so that there's not so much of a harsh line, that it's just more blended out. And I set the mirror down on my desk so it's kind of like highlighting my face all nice. So now I'm going to use a blue eyeliner on my waterline. Most of the time I just use black eyeliner, but lately when I've been doing this brown look, I really like blue and brown together. And also my glasses are blue. For this day I was going to be wearing a blue sweater, so you know, it kind of ties in a little bit. You have a more neutral smoky look, and then I add the pop of color with the blue eyeliner along my waterline. I just think it looks pretty. And then I'm going to use a black mascara to wiggle up on my top lashes there. Usually always use black mascara, even if I use a different eyeliner color. I think this mascara is CoverGirl as well, and the eyeliner is just some random drugstore brand. Touch up some of the blue liner, kind of give it a little bit and blink away just to make sure it's gonna actually stay put. Just adding a little bit more of a pop of white along my brow bone to give it a little bit of a highlight there. More of a sparkly white, actually. Then I have this Burt's Bee chapstick, which I love. This flavor is coconut pear, but I love all the Burt's Bees. Because my skin is so dry, my lips are extremely dry as well, so I always have chapsticks with me. And that's pretty much the finished look. I did pop on a little bit of like a pink gloss with the chapstick, but that's pretty much a get ready with me for work. Just a more simple makeup look that I do real quick in the morning before I head off to work. Kind of see me in a different light there. And I kind of like, you know, the blue liner, like I said, with my glasses and my blue sweater. And yes, this is just kind of an everyday look for me. So I hope that you guys enjoyed this little get ready with me video for a regular day at work. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.